One of the world's largest carnivores lives again, MAPUSAURUS, the terrifying sauropod killer of Argentina. Fully posable with realistic real-feel rubber skin and completely scientifically accurate. This is like nothing you've ever seen before. The dinosaurs are coming back to life only at Reptimax. Proudly a South African product, only available at Reptimax.
Hello everyone, this is Marco and welcome back to my channel. I apologize for my long absence. I've not been well recently. I've actually meant to do this video quite a while back. Unfortunately, I just kept getting ill and ill. I've been ill for pretty much a whole month, so that wasn't fun. But I finally managing to do this video right now, and it is quite a special one. It is quite close to my heart. It is a review video for Reptimax's new MAPUSAURUS. Now Max is a really kind guy, really talented too, and he's just starting to delve into making rubber-like, Kenner-like figures in a very similar style to how I used to do them at the beginning of the Robosaurs. And seeing him start delving into this, just like I did a few years back, just brought me joy, and I just wanted to be part of this adventure with him. So we just kept in touch. I was able to give him a couple of tips here and there, and he, being the kindest and sweetest guy in the whole planet, has decided to gift me one, which is a huge honor for me, to be completely honest. So what did Max do? He actually flew over here to the UK from South Africa to give me one. Obviously he coincided it with visiting the UK too, but it's just nuts to me that he actually flew his MAPUSAURUS over to me and handed it to me in person. This is something that doesn't really happen very often, and I'm really grateful about that. It's been an absolute joy meeting you, Max. So I think it's only fair I give you a short introduction as to who Max, or Reptimax, is. So Max is a reptile breeder, animator and artist based in South Africa. He is an absolute avid fanatic of dinosaurs and reptiles. And let's be honest here, who wouldn't be? They are awesome creatures. His whole social media is dedicated to showcasing his products, but also spreading awareness on how awesome and truly wonderful these animals are, but also how misunderstood they are in our modern society still, including film and media, specifically with snakes. But he's also got this passion towards the real feel kind of toys from the 90s, you know, just like Kenner's Jurassic Park line, and he wants to replicate that same sort of nostalgic feel, which is quite similar to what I've been trying to do with my Robosaurs. Creating his own figures, but in a scientifically accurate manner, which is something that we've never seen before. He wants to specifically focus his attention onto species that aren't usually in the spotlight, ones that aren't particularly famous or well known, which I can totally understand, as there is a very high saturation on Tyrannosaurus Rex and Velociraptor and that kind. He really wants to celebrate the lesser known ones and just to show how really incredibly awesome every single creature really was. Also, he is not limiting himself to one specific era like the Mesozoic. He is actually making creatures from all types of eras, which is a nice breath of fresh air too, especially for the paleo collecting community. All his figures are 100% handcrafted, so from the sculpting to the molding to the casting to the painting, and they have a very unique and charming look and feel to them. So I think now is the time to go ahead and unbox and review the MAPUSAURUS by Reptimax. And here is the package in all of its glory. As you might pick up straight away, he actually designs the whole thing from scratch. The whole package design is all his artwork, which is phenomenal, absolutely lovely craftsmanship. He has told me that he would like me to mention in the video that he has since changed the approach on how he makes these wonderful looking boxes. He's since made them a lot stronger with corrugated cardboard and streamlined the whole process. So what we're looking at here in person is kind of a Mark 1 of his MAPUSAURUS packaging. Here are some pictures of the brand new packaging. Since he flew this MAPUSAURUS over, the packaging did get a little tattered here and there, but it's no real issue. The figure looks great regardless. The box has some wonderful artwork all done by Max himself, and there is a massive window in the front of the box. So the first thing you can see is the figure itself. It's got a very tropical look and feel. It's got real feel right up there in the corner, and there you go, there's the massive MAPUSAURUS writing there. It does look legit like a store-bought figure. I love that right next to the window showcasing the figure, there is his artist impression, his own drawing of the MAPUSAURUS himself, right next to it roaring. The top has got a lovely picture of the MAPUSAURUS figure on a lovely orange warm background with a lovely made in South Africa badge right next to a handmade one as well. On one of the sides there is a lovely skeletal drawing with a human for size reference, and that's amazing, and its full scientific name with a really cool description of the animal right underneath. The other side has those stamps again with the logo and a picture of the MAPUSAURUS figure. Now with the back, things get even more interesting. Not only is there a lovely diorama picture of the MAPUSAURUS hunting, which is very reminiscent of the old Kenner package design. They used to have some lovely dioramas on the back, and I love that kind of stuff. The whole aesthetic of this package design is just an obvious nod to the classic Kenner package design from the 90s with a tropical look and feel and oranges and warmth. The back of the box is divided into 3 sections, one with the lovely diorama picture, another with some more drawings of upcoming figures, which is awesome, and then a description underneath. Looking at that lovely artwork that Max drew, we can see that more figures are on the way, including Hexagopteryx, female, a male one as well. Obviously the MAPUSAURUS is in there too. There's a Carnotaurus. There's a Zeucterinus or Zeucterinus. I hope I pronounced that right. There's Sinoceratops as well. There's a Tarkia. There's an Osteoraptor. But there's also a massive Mosasaurus. He's already in the process of making a couple of these. He showed me some pictures, and I might share a couple towards the end of the video, so stay tuned. So when opening the box, I was greeted by 2 cards. There's a really cute little thank you card with a MAPUSAURUS being carried by an aeroplane, which is adorable. And then there's Reptimax's business card, which looks amazing. And then the MAPUSAURUS figure itself, complete with a stand. Now look at the size of this thing. It's massive. It is very, very big. A very, very impressive figure. MAPUSAURUS looking very fierce with those really sharp teeth. When picking this up, it feels quite heavy. It's got some heft to it, but it certainly feels really quite rubbery, which makes it feel like a really good quality product. It is stated on the box too that it is bendable and posable. It's got a wire inside of it, which is amazing. It's very hard to pull off, and Max did that really well. Now let's take a closer look at the head sculpt. The head sculpt is very clearly made to be scientifically accurate. As you can see, the skull shape is pretty much spot on, but it's also got some lips too, which cover the teeth very neatly if you squeeze the jaw and the head together. It's got some very fine scaling all around. It does have some scars on the snout too, which is very cool. It has some ridges and bumps along the top of the snout and above the eyes. I really like how that nostril is sculpted in too. Moving down to the neck, it looks very muscular, which is very similar to what we see with modern day reptiles. I really love how he translated his reptile knowledge onto his figures. It's covered with lines, and the scales follow the folds in the skin. Moving down to the body, it's got a very wide, very thick, robust looking body, which is very, very cool. It's something that a lot of manufacturers forget about theropod dinosaurs is that a lot of them did have quite big, robust looking chests, and Max portrayed that beautifully. I love how the scaling follows around the arms and the shoulders, and it's got some very small little arms that also articulate, but we'll talk about the articulation later. The arms have some very, very fine little scales. The claws look really sharp. It's also got some spiking going on. I'm not sure if it's feathers or if it's some sort of spike looking things that is similar to what iguanas have. Very nice little details going on. The thighs are nice and thick and muscular too. They have to be able to sustain such a large animal. I love the detail on the knee there with the wrinkles and the scales too. It's got some thick calves and it's got some proportionate feet. We move along towards the tail. Again, the tail is bendable, which is amazing. There's some of that nice musculature again, and it genuinely feels like a real lizard skin. Talking about the real feel, the whole figure is made of rubber. I think the legs are made of a slightly tougher rubber, or they're cast in a specific way to feel a bit tougher, which is great. In any case, it does come with a stand, which is amazing. Generally, the whole figure is made of rubber, with the exception of the teeth. The teeth are made of a harder material, which sells the realism in my opinion. The whole figure is cast in this brown looking rubber material, which is the same material I used to use in my early rubbersaurs. It's got a darker brown on the top of the whole figure, and then it's got a belly color, which is like a cream color, and it's got some red accents on the face, on the arms, and on the legs. In terms of articulation, the whole figure is bendable, its jaw is posable, as well as every single limb and the tail. So you can get it in some pretty cool dynamic poses if you want. So overall, this figure is just very special. It is a product of love, and it really shows. You can clearly see how much passion Max has put into this thing, and it's very much appreciated. So again, thanks a million, Max, for giving me this lovely piece of art to review and to keep. So how does one go about ordering one? Now, Max has provided me with some slides here to show you, which will explain to you how easy it is to order one if you want one. Also, you gotta love that advert video that he's done, which is a very clear nod to the original 90s Kenner adverts for the Jurassic Park line. Absolutely love that. There's also something really cool I should mention, and it's that Max will actually have a stall at the SOS Reptile Expo, which is being held on the 4th and the 5th of May. He'll be showing off some of his amazing living creatures, but also a lot of his artwork. He'll actually have a bunch of MAPUSAURUS for sale there, along with a special sneak peek of the Mosasaurus and other soon-to-be cast creatures, which is really exciting. And talking about those soon-to-be cast creatures, here are a couple of sneak previews for you guys that I promised from earlier. If you would like to own a MAPUSAURUS and any of his future figures, I highly recommend you submit an inquiry over on his website or just contact him personally on his social media. All the links are in the description. And with that, again, thanks so much, Max. You are a star. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it took so long for me to make. I'll have some Hammond correction videos coming at some point. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.